We begin tonight in a small cemetery north of Grand Rapids that got more visitors than usual this evening, many stopping by to make sure that their loved ones' headstones were still standing.
That's after a vandal plowed through the cemetery with his car, knocking down headstones along the way. 24 News 8's Ken Coker is back from Pearson Township with this story. Ken?
And Marlene Bryan, Montcalm County deputies said they believe the man who caused all this damage did it on purpose. What they want to know is why. It happened on Sunday at the Pearson Township Cemetery, just off US 131 in Montcalm County.
They really smashed them up, didn't they?
Don Hubbard worked for years digging graves and putting in headstones at the Pearson Cemetery, has seen his share of vandalism. Today, he wanted to see the damage firsthand. Well, what do you think of someone who would do something like this?
I don't think very much of them, no.
Montcalm County deputies say a car left the road, clipped a small sign, then started mowing down tombstones that weigh upwards of 1,000 pounds.
It appeared from the witness statement that he just had veered off the road for no apparent reason and hit the headstones.
The car damaged at least a dozen stones, knocking a handful off their bases. They include the markers of military veterans. After driving about 200 feet through the cemetery, leaving a few pieces of his car behind, the driver turned left between more headstones, then took off. A witness helped deputies track down the driver a few hours later. They suspect he had been drinking, but by the time they found him, he was sober.
It was very hard for us to be able to prove that he was drinking at the time of the crash.
The 28-year-old Howard City man told deputies it was an accident, but deputies say they aren't buying it.
There doesn't appear to be any reason that he veered off. His story, I believe, was that he was trying to avoid something. However, we had a witness that discredited that statement.
Deputies questioned the man but let him go while they wait for the prosecutor to file charges. He could face charges of reckless driving, leaving the scene of a crash, and destruction of property, and could be forced to pay restitution. Back to you.
Some expensive damage there, too. Ken, thank you for that report.